Welcome to Stellar Astrology. Today on this new channel I'm going to start with the first subject, with the astrology of November 2025. November 2025 is a month of thresholds, a bridge between shadow and light, between introspection and exploration. We begin in the depths of Scorpio season, where emotions run deep and the truth is unavoidable. And we end at the wide, fiery skies of Sagittarius, ready to move, to explore, to seek new meaning after so much inner transformation. This month, the cosmos gives us movement. Mars, Venus, and the Sun all change signs. Mercury and Saturn turn direct. Jupiter retrogrades. It's not just a month of change. It's a month of turning points. Let's walk through it together step by step. On November the 4th, Mars enters Sagittarius. Mars, the planet of action and will, leaves the deep waters of Scorpio and steps into Sagittarius, the sign of truth, freedom, and vision. After weeks of emotional confrontation, Mars in Sag lights the fire adventure again. We start craving movement, physical, intellectual, and spiritual. You may feel the urge to travel, to learn something new, to expand your world. But with the Mars here, passion can turn into preaching. So remember, enthusiasm is sacred, but dogma divides. Channel the fire into courage and exploration, not argument. On November the 5th, we have the full moon in Taurus. Just a day later, the moon shines full in Taurus, grounding all that fiery energy. This full moon is about embodiment, comfort, and real-world security. It reminds us, as our spirits seek new horizons, so our bodies need peace, stability, and nourishment. Venus, the ruler of this moon, is about to dive into Scorpio, so there is a bittersweet note here. The calm before the plunge. Take time to rest, connect with nature, enjoy what's simple and real, because the emotional tides are about to deepen. November the 7th, Venus enters Scorpio. Now the goddess of love leaves Libra airy balance and descends into Scorpio's underworld. Relationships intensify. This superficial won't satisfy anymore. We crave emotional depth, honesty, passion, and even catharsis. This is the realm of soulbounds and shadow work and love. Secrets may surface, desires too. Venus here teaches that intimacy begins when the masks come off. Let love transform you, not through drama, but through truth. On November the 8th, Uranus retrogrades back into Taurus. On the same wave, Uranus, the planet of awakening, briefly steps back into Taurus, finishing unfinished business. We revisit lessons about stability, money, and sustainability. And that began years ago. Collectively, this could reflect financial fluctuations or new questions around what we truly value. Uranus in Taurus always shakes the foundation so we can build something freer and more authentic. It is the last rumble before Uranus re-enters Gemini to revolutionize communication and technology for good. On November the 9th, Mercury goes retrograde in Sagittarius. And here comes the trickster. Mercury stations retrograde in Sagittarius, the sign of belief, truth, and exploration. This retrograde challenges our assumptions, the stories we tell about what's right, what's real, what's meaningful. Conversation may get fiery or confusing. Travel plans could shift. But the real gift of this transit is rethinking your truth story. But the real gift, it is time to listen more deeply and speak only after reflection. November 11th, Jupiter retrogrades back into Cancer. Jupiter, the ruler of Sagittarius, turns retrograde in Cancer, sign of home, family, and emotional safety. This amplifies the inward pull. The expansion now happens within. Questions arise. What nourishes me? Where do I belong? Jupiter here asks for emotional wisdom, growing through empathy and care, not through conquest. It's a soft but powerful invitation to return home to yourself. On November the 13th, Mercury conjuncts Mars, a fiery meeting of mind and action. This already happened once in October the 20th, but then it was in Scorpio. Words can become weapons or arrows of inspiration. This is a day when truth wants to be spoken loudly. Just be sure it is your truth, not your reaction. Think before you shoot the arrow. November 19th, Mercury Retrograde re-enters Scorpio. As Mercury retrogrades back into Scorpio, the mind leaves philosophy for psychology. The questions go deeper. We want facts, not theories, emotional truths, not lofty ideas. This is a powerful time for therapy, journaling, research, or investigating what's been hidden. The truth you find now has layers. Don't rush it. November the 20th, we have the new moon in Scorpio and also the Mercury cazimi. A cazimi is when a planet goes into the heart of the sun. This is a potent moment of renewal. The new moon in Scorpio joins the sun and Mercury, a triple merging of soul, mind, and will. This is revelation energy. What was hidden becomes known. What was heavy can now be released. Plant seeds of emotional healing, spiritual cleansing, and transformation. You are being reborn from your own inside. On November 22nd, the sun enters Sagittarius. Now the light returns. After weeks of shadow work, the sun steps into Sagittarius and the mood lifts. We start seeking purpose, joy, and possibility. The horizon opens, but with Mercury still retrograde, the map isn't complete yet. Explore but stay curious, the truth is still forming. November 25, Mercury will conjunct Venus at 22 degrees in Scorpio. Heart and mind meet in the depths. This is the emotional truth moment, confessions, reconciliations, or intimate conversations that bring healing, creativity, and emotional expression flow. If you've been processing misunderstandings during the retrograde, this can be the turning point. On November 28th, Saturn finally turns direct in Pisces at 25 degrees. Finally, structure returns to the dream. Saturn turning direct brings clarity to our emotional boundaries, responsibilities, and creative goals. What was foggy since summer now begins to take form. It is time to commit to the dream that's been quietly maturing beneath the surface. November the 29th, Mercury finally turns direct, and now the messenger awakens. After a long journey through shadow, Mercury stations direct in Scorpio, revealing truths we've been sensed but couldn't articulate. Communication clears, intuition sharpens. The stories of the past few weeks find resolutions. If you've been waiting to make announcements, sign contracts, or launch something important, the clarity is finally here. On November the 30th, Venus enters Sagittarius. We close the month on a joyful note. After the intensity of Scorpio, Venus in Sagittarius lifts our hearts towards freedom and adventure. Relationships feel lighter and more spontaneous. Love becomes a journey again, something to explore, not to possess. It's the perfect cosmic setup for the December's optimism. So, November 2025 carries us through an emotional odyssey. From the depths of Scorpio's truth to the wide skies of Sagittarius freedom, you confront what's hidden, release what's heavy, and rediscover the fire of possibility. By the end of the month, we stand renewed, wiser, lighter, and ready to step into the next chapter. If you enjoyed this forecast, remember to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves astrology as much as you do. And most of all, trust the process, because every retrograde, every shadow, every flame in the sky is guiding you home to yourself.